Good afternoon, everybody, or good morning, or good evening. Great to be here with this panel as well. As Beth mentioned, I'm on the Global Entrepreneurship Network team, and we've collaborated with GFBA to really put together a very dynamic program. When we started looking at the landscape and what was available, we noticed a couple of really immediate things. One, there seemed to be a little bit of a disconnect between education, practical education, and the fashion industry. In what was active and participating, those programs were either too elementary or too theoretical, right? So we really wanted to do something that was much more best in class and really took on best practices from different things happening from around the world, where entrepreneurs in different stages of what they were could really build on, right? We also wanted to build that based a little bit more on the traditional way in which accelerators are done, if any of you are familiar with those, originally started in Silicon Valley. And what we came up with is it's a program that's practical, one that really builds off of the experience of subject matter experts and entrepreneurs that have been able to balance and go back and forth on everything that they've been doing it. But most importantly, it's a program that's really applicable to any type of entrepreneur, right? Regardless of whether and in any segment of fashion, right? Regardless of where they are, a designer, a distributor, a technologist. And we wanted to make that all completely inclusive, right? Bring everybody under the tent, because that's when real innovation and creativity starts, right? And with that, so under this great big tent that we've put together, we welcome everybody, right? And you could be a designer in evening wear, in leisure wear, in swimwear, and of course in bridal wear. So we welcome everybody. Let's go ahead and put up the slide. Let me tell you a little bit more about what this program is and what the different components of this 8-week program are. Okay, it basically rests on 4 pillars, if you will, right? The first one is practical education. The second one is live mentoring. There's pitch practice and development, and there's also a demo day. So to that end, what is that practical education really all about? Okay, as Meredith was mentioning, there's a lot of things that, in university and college, there's a lot of theory. Okay, for this, we really wanted to get to the nuts and bolts. Okay, so through that, on a weekly basis, we look at different modules, different themes, and how they relate to really growing, scaling your business and thinking about it differently. So to that end, through the 8 different weeks, we look at different topics, everything from entrepreneurship fundamentals to customers and KPIs, your product, your pricing strategy, sales and strategic partnerships. Of course, the all-important equity, finance, and cash flow. That's what's really going to allow you to make sure that you're around next year. And the things that you may be more familiar with, marketing, public relations, digital marketing, right? But it's also important as a business owner to tackle those things that maybe you're not so comfortable with, right? Everything to do with legal and taxes and intellectual property. So we cover that. So think of it as each week builds on the next. And through the week, there's video lectures, there's actual reading materials, and there's also different assignments or different deliverables that you build on to help you consider and think and help you think about your business differently. Okay, so that's the practical education component. Pillar number 2 is really much more about live mentoring. Okay, we know that each venture, each entrepreneur, it's unique, and they're going to have different needs and necessities. And it's through this live mentoring, and that's when we can dig deeper into that. That's done on a weekly basis. Think of this as your office hours, where you can come in and talk about something that was discussed earlier that week as part of the class, a current customer issue that you're dealing with, a production issue, a supply chain, or something of that nature, right? So you're basically paired with a general business advisor that's going to help you through this. It's going to walk you through it, ask the right types of questions to get you through it. And it's this real-time feedback, right, that makes our program unique. This is something that's not offered in most of the programs out there. So that's leg number 2. Leg number 3, it's about pitch practice and development. Okay, so at the end of the day, you're all very creative, you're all very talented. Okay, and we want everybody to see your wonderful creations, but they need to be sold. And in order to sell them, you have to know how to sell them and how to say it and how to position your messaging for the different audiences that you're talking to. So to that end, that's where pitch practice and development happens. It's on a weekly basis again, and we create a safe space for you to really be able to approach it, to rehearse it, to try different things, from the visuals on your deck to the phrasing, to making sure that it talks about that it weaves your story in a way that's compelling and relevant, but it also speaks to the true voice of who you are as a person, as an artist, as a creator. Okay, that's leg number 3. And the last one is really demo day. Demo day is demonstration day, where it's kind of, let's call it the graduation plus. Why? Because everything that you've taken and that you've learned over the last 8 weeks and you've applied and you've seen through it, okay, that's where you actually are able to pitch or present yourselves in front of buyers, distributors, potential strategic partners, okay? And it's this type of experience that you need to be able to gain that confidence, to understand how to position yourself and your business. So those are the 4 pillars of that. And naturally, you're thinking, okay, this sounds great, but who am I going to be learning from? Beth, who are they going to be learning from?
You will be learning from a very impressive group of founders, presidents, and the top fashion and retail business experts in the North American market. And I'd like to introduce you to the GFBA Advisory Board. First up, we have Tim Moore, who is the Executive Vice President of Hilton Corporation in New York City. They are the top finance and factoring companies in the country, and represent or have worked with over 500 of America's top fashion designers. Nancy Marino is an absolute supply chain expert, and she's a principal at Columbus Consulting. Steve Mayer, he's the managing partner of Prager Mattis, their CPAs. He's in New York City. They have offices all over the country, and he has a specialty in fashion and retail accounting. Chris Vignon, he's the CEO and managing director of PM Business Advisors, and he's all about tax and compliance. David Pilnick is the president of Pilnick and Associates, and he's the brand development expert. He's the one himself who opened the Saks Fifth Avenue stores in the Middle East and Mexico City. And Ron Thurston, he's the vice president of stores at Intermix, and he's an author and a retail expert. Danielle Garneau, an attorney with Reed Smith, all things legal, and we know we need that help as well. And then we have Steve Trainer, who's the managing partner of the Barbarian Agency, and they are branding and social media experts. So you are absolutely learning from the cream of the crop of the fashion business experts in the American market. This impressive group of industry experts are your mentors, your advisors, and your teachers in the GFBA program. And nowhere will you find such a group of experts together in one place. Sergio.
Outstanding. So as you can see everything from supply chain management to legal to branding experts. Everything is covered. So the other thing that's important is you're asking yourself, okay, so this is a virtual program. How is it delivered? Okay, so we deliver it through our own proprietary platform. Okay, and this is a really state-of-the-art dashboard where you log on. You can log on through your laptop. You can log on through your phone. And you have access to all of the videos, all of the recordings. You have your calendar. You can network with other people in the group, right? And so this is a fantastic way that everything works together seamlessly, regardless of time, regardless of geography, right? And so this is all inclusive for up to 4 members of your team. Okay, so you can include up to 4 members of your team for all of this. And we run these programs whenever we have 6, and in each program, in each cohort, there's usually 6 to 10 companies, okay? So if you consider all the different legs between practical education, mentoring, pitch practice, and all of that, and actually putting together the assignments or what have you, you probably need to set aside 10 to 15 hours a week to be able to get through that, okay? So now that we've given you an overview of all of that, it's really, the 8 weeks are comprehensive. They're integrated. There's been a lot of thinking into all of that. And with that, this provides you the tools, the resources with the subject matter experts in fashion, in retail, whether you're a startup or in scaling, within that combination to really help catapult you to the next thing that you need to go to.
And to do our part, we have put together a unique package for you to take advantage of that Sergio is now going to tell you about.
Exactly. And so we want to make sure that you have a venue to take action to make a difference with this. So we've all joined forces to put together a 4-month integrated bridal package, and this is available to you. So thank you for sticking around. The 8-week educational program, which will be virtual, you can do it from anywhere. That will take place in June and in July. Then in August, you'll go ahead and have your demo day where you'll start to pitch to buyers and demos directly. And then at the end of the month, we've put together a starter exhibitor booth at the Big Bridal Market Show in Chicago. And then September comes around, and everybody knows that September, that's the big issue of the year for fashion. So as part of that, in collaboration with World Bride Media and Meredith and the promotion, we're going to be able to showcase some of these great designers in World Bride magazine and give them the oomph, the extra needed promotion that they need to catapult for all of that. When you consider all of this, the package of this, the value of that is $17,000. Okay, we know we're coming out of a difficult 12 months, and so we want to offer a special price for all of those you that attended. So we've reduced that to $10,000. Okay, that's our way of helping, of jumpstarting, and again to bring everybody under the tent for the collective good of everybody. So you remember to use the discount code REBOOT, and we look forward to hearing more from you and all of that. Our group starts in a couple of weeks here in June. So, to apply, get more information, or anything else you might need, send us an email at info@globalfashionba.com or call us there at 954-249-4081. Go ahead and snap a little picture of this one. Reach out to us however you can. And we're here to help. We're here to walk you through it and answer any additional questions that you may have. Again, to help you reboot, reset, and move forward.